All right, guys, good morning. Happy Tuesday. I'm the Grace Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Tuesday, June 13th, 2023. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? May I please have the first 5 cards in our 5-card spread? First card that we are starting our day with today is the 2 of Swords. This is a moment of holding on actions right now as you consider your next approach or the place that you want to move forward with. Today is a day of really trying to use your faculties of observation and intuition as you proceed forward from this point. A lot of this is a moment. We're seeing this with the masculine and the feminine energy right now. There are some feelings of uncertainty as it relates to how you want to proceed going forward. We're recognizing in the cards of the day that we received that this has been really creating some points of dysregulation for both masculine and feminine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For masculine energy right now, what we're really identifying is the fact that while the masculine energy does want to move forward on some things right now, we see with that Knight of Swords that we received today that there is this feeling or degree that they really want to take action. You're also feeling some uncertainty as to what it is you want to communicate or how you want to do the things that you want to do right now. The Knight of Wands that we received in its reversal shows a lack of clarity, some inability to communicate what you are trying to express, some uncertainties and fears rising up, potentially triggered from that abandonment wound that we saw rise to the surface just a few days ago. While for feminine energy, this is having more of an effect on your own level of emotional regularity right now, which we saw recognized with that Queen of Cups coming back up in its upright and then in its reversal, showing the fact that for the feminine energy right now, this is feeling like there are some moments right now where you're not sure how you yourself also want to express yourself, but more from an emotional angle. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now, the second card in our 5-card spread for today is, we love to see this card in its reversal. We have here our 7 of Cups in its reversal. What this is really identifying right now is, again, having this moment, using your intuition, allowing yourself to sit in stillness. This could be feeling like a bit of a pause for both masculine and feminine energy right now, but it is a pause that is being used for the best possible circumstance and situation. This pause that you're allowing yourself, this moment of going inwards, is helping you truly identify what it is that you are moving forward right now. What is that higher purpose? What is that level of achievement? You're trying to move right now from a space or place where you're not necessarily being guided from anything that you feel may be misdirecting you or distracting you, really keeping your focus and your mindset driven to that long-term goal and that long-term purpose. And there's something right now about the observations or this time that you're taking for yourself right now that is really helping you get that perspective as you proceed forward from this point. Let's get that center card for our first 5. May I please have the center card of the spread for today is Page of Wands. So why are we seeing that there is this pause coming through right now? Why are we seeing that you are taking this time for yourself, sitting in stillness, allowing this point of contemplation, helping yourself to really identify what it is that you're truly seeking right now, trying to see through falsehoods into the truth of your own personal self at this moment, going inward, doing this inner work, all leading to that ability to communicate, that start of communication, those immediate moments right now of trying to find the ways to articulate how you are feeling. All of this work that you're spending right now in stillness is to drive you forward in the way, in the direction that you would ideally desire at this point. And it feels like a bit of a slow start. There's something here that you are really kind of turning on to right now. You're really kind of getting an angle on, you're understanding some aspects around your own self right now. And you're using this articulation point to really help you verbalize what it is that you want to communicate as you go forward from this point. So we see here that there is a bit of slowness today as you start the day, but we see that it is leading to productive capacities for both feminine and masculine energy right now. For masculine energy, this may be feeling more like an outpouring of information, having these messages, having this communication coming forth, while for feminine, this could be in a space of being open or receptive to it. The next card we have coming through right now in our 5-card spread is There's that card again. It doesn't want to leave our side. There is this feeling of needing some point of resolution around some circumstances or situations that you are currently experiencing. There is some feeling about wanting to address something. We're seeing here that there is this point of pause for both masculine and feminine energy that you're hoping to achieve right now. You are not moving from a state of reactivity. I'm going to say that again. You're not moving from a state of reactivity at this time. If you're taking any pause right now, it's not necessarily because you're moving from a point of uncertainty. It's because you're allowing yourself this moment to truly orient as it relates to what it is that you desire and what it is that you ideally desire to communicate at this point around some circumstances and situations that you feel may require this point of addressing in order to go to it. There is something about today about having to go back to some circumstances and situations to be able to have this point of addressing, feeling like there is something that is unresolved that you need to put some action towards right now. And today we see the start putting that concentration on those actions, though it may start very slowly. We're seeing that here because this Page of Wands is a bit of a slow start card. These are beginning communications to lead to better resolution going forward. The final card for the first 5 before we start getting clarification on these cards right now is our 3 of Wands. And so this is that point of clarity that we love to see, because this is addressing some of that blockage that we saw just a few days ago with the 4 of Wands in its reversal. Something about what you're trying to communicate right now around some circumstances and situations that you are recognizing require some point of resolution. You are putting forth right now that energy, that communication, to be able to create this perspective, to be able to create this path for yourself as you go forward from this point, for both masculine and feminine energy. But I do like the fact that what we're really recognizing here is, again, for both masculine and feminine energy, we are not seeing that you are moving from a state of reactivity. Instead, you are allowing yourself to take the time that is necessary to really isolate and focus on what it is that you truly desire at this point, so that you can articulate those needs in the best way possible around some circumstances and situations that you recognize require this point of addressing, so that you can pave that path moving forward. Now let's see if we can get some clarification on these cards right now. Clarification between our 2 of Swords in combination with our 6 of Cups in its reversal energy. So again, a moment right now of coming into a sense of higher purpose, allowing this to be a moment of consideration and contemplation as you truly focus on what it is that you desire going forward as it relates to your manifestations, as it relates to your purpose. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now, and we love to see this upright because it was in its reversal just a day ago, and this is that 10 of Cups in its upright. So again, utilizing this time that you're taking for yourself is really a reorientation point, coming back into your own capacities, finding that center balance, moving from a state of gratitude and appreciation, coming into focus with what it is that you're truly grateful for, what it is that you're able to really kind of express, putting your cards on the table, helping to orient you on what it is that you're truly desiring going forward from this point, even through a moment that you may be holding on certain actions or activities as you try to circle in on what it is that you're truly trying to express as you push forward from this point. Beautiful energy for both masculine and feminine today. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our 7 of Cups in its reversal in combination with our Page of Wands. So again, a moment that you yourself are taking this opportunity to focus on what it is that is your higher purpose, what it is that you're truly seeking at this moment, not letting yourself react reactively, really moving with a lot of intentionality on focusing on what you believe is true, what it is that matters to you right now, using that as a point of expression as you drive forward in communication today and planning. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with the Sun in its reversal. There is something here that has been showing. This is where we see some of that blockage that's been coming up, because something about what you've been trying to communicate or what you've been trying to express, you have some doubts and fears around. There is something here that feels like a point that needs to be addressed. This is some of that 5 of Swords that we're seeing. The fact that you are feeling some feelings of what you want to express right now is some feelings of loss, potentially some feelings of sadness. There is something here about really articulating on how you are feeling at this time. But what's really important about this moment that we're recognizing is there's something around the feelings of sadness or feelings of loss that you're currently experiencing that are really helping you focus on what it is that you're truly trying to achieve in this moment. It's giving you that clarity. It's giving you that sense of purpose. This feeling of lack of excitement around these things is actually what's driving you forward, trying to find a better resolution point around some circumstances and situations that you feel need some clarity, need some optics added to them. And we see you doing the work today to be able to create these points of clarification so that you can have a more positive point of production as you go forward from this point. Like this energy for both masculine and feminine, absolutely right now. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Page of Wands in combination with our Five of Swords. So where are you putting this communication today? You are putting this communication towards unresolved situations, unresolved circumstances, situations, chapters, feelings of feeling that there needs a point of resolution, there needs a point of restoration on something, putting these tendrils of communication out, if you will, to be able to build some of this closure for yourself at this moment. And again, recognizing that this closure is something that you're either creating for yourself at this time to move from a point of easement. For some of you, this is building a sense of closure around some circumstances and situations, chapters that you're ready to kind of move away from right now. For others right now, this is going to be feeling like a moment that you yourself are going back to some circumstances or situations, trying to find better resolutions as you go forward from this point. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Five of Swords in its upright and our Three of Wands. Two cards we really like to see in their upright together, because what we're really seeing is this is that point where you're building some resolution right now, either closing chapters or working to amend some difficulties that you're currently experiencing, all to the degree of clearing up some of those blockages that we've been seeing coming through in the cards over the last few days, some uncertainties about where certain circumstances and situations are heading, building these optics for yourself, building this path forward for yourself, requiring you to do some of this work from the past to be able to open up some things right now to create a point of easement as you proceed forward from this point. Oh, I'm so sorry. We forgot to get clarification. Back it up. Speaking about getting resolution, getting clarification first between our Five of Swords in its upright and that Page of Wands energy. So again, that communication that you're coming forward in right now to help build this point of resolution for yourself going forward. That point of clarification coming right now with the Tower energy. So this is that moment that we are recognizing that you are working through any feelings of states of crises right now. Something about the circumstances and situations that you are feeling are unresolved. The reason that you are addressing them right now is because you are still feeling a point of crises as it relates to these circumstances and situations. What you really want to identify right now is the fact that there is some situations and circumstances that you're working to move forward on at this point. You are recognizing the fact that there are some situations and points of crises that you want to have a resolution point with. They're still causing you grief. They're still causing you anxiety. They're still causing you uncertainty. But what we love about this is that you're putting the effort and the work in right now to try to build resolution points, to move away from anything that you feel is creating this sense of crisis within you right now. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Five of Swords in combination with our Three of Wands in its upright. So again, a moment of resolution, building this point of clarification, either closing chapters or having a point of addressing right now, all to build a point of easement as it relates to your path going forward from this point. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming through right now with our Queen of Pentacles in its reversal. And this is going to feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy right now, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. This is going to have a bit of a different feeling. Now, this is very intriguing because this is where we see the fact that the feminine energy is picking up on the masculine energy that we identified yesterday. You will remember that yesterday, the card that we started the day off with was that King King of Pentacles in its reversal. Masculine energy having those anxieties as it relates to their own stability, wherever the masculine energy puts that level or degree of stability. If it's in finances, it's feeling that anxiety around finances. If it's in relationships, it's in feeling that around relationships. Anywhere that is. We saw yesterday that the feminine was kind of coming in to try to lend support in some way, or identifying the fact that they're recognizing the masculine in this energy. And what we're really seeing is that transference moment occurring here, where the feminine has now picked up some of that energy from the masculine and now is similarly feeling that lack of support or stability within their own selves right now. For feminine energy right now, this is requiring that point of redress. This is requiring that going back right now to some circumstances and situations in order to create some either closure point around the circumstances and situations that are creating this lack of stability for you at this time. For others right now, this is you kind of moving forward right now from a state where you yourself are doing this work for yourself to be able to build something that feels more stable with union energy as you go forward from this point. While for masculine energy right now, what we're really identifying is this is a moment that you yourself are also working through trying to build some resolution, trying to find some path forward, either with, again, a feminine energy that you are recognizing is at a point of instability, feeling that lack of stability around that feminine energy at this time. But doing that work to try to create a point of resolution, doing that work either to build that resolution point so that you can build a path going forward for yourself at this moment, with in combination with that energy, lending support as is required, or for the other part of the masculine collective right now, this is a moment that you are trying to get some point of closure around a feminine energy that you feel has created some point of instability around you, or is creating points of instability as you carve that path going forward for yourself in this moment. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Nine of Cups in its upright in combination with our Sun card in its reversal. So again, this is that moment of coming back into personal grounding, building this moment, taking this pause for yourself, allowing this to be a moment that you are letting your intuition guide you, holding in terms of what it is that you're able to be grateful for right now, looking and putting a lot of assessment on the circumstances or situations that are bringing up any feelings of doubt or uncertainty, but beautifully grounding right now, using that orientation on that gratitude mindset to help you even overcome any of those feelings of anxiety or fear or doubt that are creeping up in this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with our Knight of Pentacles in its reversal. So this is going to feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy right now. Bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. Because what we're really seeing here is, again, there are these points of instability that masculine and feminine are both feeling at this moment. For feminine energy right now, one of the reasons that you may be feeling some of that point of instability right now is because you are looking right now towards the masculine energy as it relates to what is being able to come forward at this moment. For some of the feminine energy right now, this is identifying a masculine energy that you feel in some tangible way or degree isn't able to be there for you to offer the things that you are needing right now to help shore up your own feelings of stability. But what we like about this right now is the feminine energy is moving right now from a state of coming back into their gratitude mindset, recognizing any kind of doubts or fears, but potentially working right now, again, in collaboration with a masculine energy that is similarly feeling some of these points of instability, working through some of these difficulties. For the other half of the feminine energy right now, this could be recognizing some energy that's currently around you right now that you are feeling is not being able to lend that ability to support you. It's not giving you that tangible support that you would require in some way, not necessarily in terms of time, energy, being able to offer something that feels real and solid right now. And this is that moment that you yourself are feeling some doubts and fears around this energy. But again, for feminine, coming into this concentration point, really focusing again on gratitude mindset to move you forward as you proceed to help get over any of these stumbling blocks that you're currently experiencing. While for masculine energy right now, this is a moment that you yourself are feeling some anxiety as it relates to your own degree or ability to offer some point of stability at this moment, that there are some situations or circumstances that have you feeling at a point of anxiety or doubt or fear. But again, the masculine energy is working yourself through this right now in this moment by concentrating on this gratitude mindset, by holding on to that degree or level of capacity on what it is that you yourself are truly grateful for at this moment. But we do see here, that is this moment of pause that we are seeing for the masculine and feminine energy right now, holding off right now in terms of tangibly coming forward as you struggle with some of your own emotionality in this time around some circumstances or scenarios. But what we really like and appreciate right now is this is a moment that both for masculine and feminine, you are coming back into your gratitude mindset. You are letting that gratitude mindset guide you forward even through some of these adversities and difficulties that you're currently experiencing. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our sun in its reversal in combination with the Tower card. So this is where some of those anxieties and doubts and fears are coming. This is that blockage point, right? There is a lot of orientation right now on some feelings of crisis that you are currently experiencing. They have you feeling triggered. They're having you raise doubts and fears as it relates to how to go forward. For some of you right now, this is a point of reorientation. There is some feeling of immediate crisis that you're working through right now to find that point of positivity as you proceed forward from this point. For the other half of the collective right now, this is you putting a lot of orientation around some situations or circumstances, either from the immediate past or in the present, that are creating or stirring these doubts and fears within you at this moment. But again, that focus on the gratitude mindset as you continue forward from this point. May I please have one card to clarify? Listen, there's something here that needs to be paid attention to, because what we're really seeing, what we're really identifying right now as it relates to some of this Tower energy that we're seeing and some of this sun in its reversal is this fact that for both masculine and feminine energy, there is a feeling that some of this disarray, some of this anxiety point, some of this point of crisis that you're currently experiencing right now isn't necessarily coming from the both of you. It's not coming from the masculine or feminine energy specifically. It seems to have more to do with the energy that is around you at this time. There is this feeling right now of just kind of a wide array of crisis happening as it relates to your own immediate environment right now. But what we're really identifying is this moment that, again, you are moving right now with a lot of intentionality and purpose to try to overcome any of these immediate hurdles that you are experiencing in your own general vicinity or in your own social sphere or in your own environment at this moment. This is that point of working through a bit of a crisis point. But I will stress, what's intriguing about this is the crisis point isn't even necessarily coming directly from masculine or feminine energies, coming from a lot of the energy outside of the two energetic energies. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Tower card, don't be afraid of the Tower moment, and our Queen of Pentacles. So again, this is going to feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy right now, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For feminine energy right now, there is a moment that you yourself are experiencing or feeling some point of instability. You are going through this right now. You are concentrating right now on that gratitude mindset. You are working right now to give yourself this point of pause, coming back into a point of stability. For feminine energy, one of the reasons that you may be feeling some of this point of instability right now is due to the fact that you are experiencing either in the recent past or you're currently feeling like there are some circumstances or scenarios that you are trying to move away from right now. For feminine energy, this is either doing a lot of work to walk away or move away from any situations or scenarios that you feel are creating this instability around you at this moment. While for other parts of the feminine energy right now, there is this overriding fear of anxiety that may be coming to the surface right now, working right now on making sure that you're taking the right steps for yourself, building this sense of stability for yourself in this moment. While for masculine energy right now, what we're really seeing is that this is a moment that you yourself are working through a point of crisis, either on one or two sides of the collective. For some of the collective right now, This is trying to overcome some experience or crisis right now. And this could be a little bit difficult because there is some anxiety or fear about the feminine energy being able to create this stabilizing point as you go forward from this. This is working right now through a point of crisis and also potentially helping a feminine energy that is similarly feeling some of these anxieties or concerns around a state of crisis. While for the other half of the masculine energy right now, this is recognizing some state of crisis that you yourself are currently experiencing, potentially around a feminine energy that you feel might be actually exacerbating or causing some of these issues around you at this moment. So for masculine energy, this is a moment of really recalibration, working through a point of crisis, or moving away from a circumstance or situation that you feel is causing crisis around a feminine energy. May I please have one card to clarify? We have here, and we love this, our Queen of Swords. So this is that point of stability that we're seeing coming through right now with the feminine energy, because what we like to see here is while there is this feeling right now around feminine energy, that you yourself are working to overcome any challenges, any circumstances that you feel are potentially moving you away from situations or circumstances that are not working to the best of your endeavors, that are making you feel any point of anxiety or instability as it relates to your own internal sense of security at this moment. We see that feminine recognizes that the path forward is through setting clear boundaries, that feminine is actually using this opportunity to really double down, to come into their own strength, even through feeling some of that point of instability, laying these healthy boundaries, holding firm in terms of what it is that is, again, what truly matters to them with this Seven of Cups in its reversal. This is almost creating a point of clarification for the feminine energy right now as it relates to where they truly stand and what they are really working to defend at this moment in terms of laying through their healthy boundaries and their own gratitude mindset. While for masculine energy right now, this could be feeling like, again, there is some circumstances or situations that you're working through right now with feminine energy. For half of the masculine collective right now, this is either going to identify a singular feminine energy that is embodying these qualities, or for some of the masculine collective right now, we are seeing that this is you experiencing this from additional feminine energies, that there is this point of crisis that you're currently experiencing right now. But while there is some feelings that you're working through around feminine energy that is feeling like they are at a point of instability due to the crises around them right now, we also see the fact that you are getting support from this energy because you recognize that this energy is standing firm. They are holding that point of confidence. They have that degree of being able to work through any kind of difficulties or adversities with you at this time. And this is empowering you to continue through this point of crises with this energy as you proceed forward from this point. While for the other half of the masculine collective right now, this is feeling like there may be some point of crisis because while you are going through some situations or circumstances that feel like they are causing some difficulty for you right now, you are also feeling outside feminine energy, whereas there may be some energy that feels like it is associated or a part of that point of crisis that you're currently experiencing. You are also working right now with a feminine energy that you feel is supportive or helping you through any kind of issues that you're currently experiencing to help power you through any points of crisis that you're experiencing at this time. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Knight of Pentacles in its reversal in combination with our 10 of Pentacles in its reversal. So again, some feelings of crisis coming to the surface, working right now to overcome any situational hurdles that you may be currently experiencing. This could be feeling right now, it's going to feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For masculine energy right now, there is a feeling that there are some circumstances and situations occurring around you that are making things difficult for you. There are some social situations, there are some situations in your immediate environment that are in a point of somewhat upheaval, and that's making it very hard for you as it relates to coming forward in tangible ways, holding back on your own energy right now as it relates to how to go forward, because we see here for the masculine, this is a point of reorientation, holding in terms of what you're giving forth right now, so that you can really make sure that your purpose and your path is clear at this moment. While for feminine energy right now, this is a moment that you yourself are recognizing some points of feeling some of that external crisis, working through some of that external crisis that you're currently experiencing. Again, either working also with that masculine energy that was in a point of feeling that lack of stability yesterday, but that energy is still in that point of lacking stability, but a little bit less so, because we do see that this is the Knight in its reversal as opposed to the King, versus the other part of the collective right now that may be recognizing the feminine is putting a lot of orientation right now on the situations and circumstances around them, feeling some point of crisis, but also potentially feeling some point of frustration as it relates to some masculine energy that may somehow be feeling like it is still a part of this energy here, but isn't coming forward in a tangible way. And that is creating an additional exacerbation point to your own feeling of crisis around the circumstances and situations around you at this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now. And again, we love this energy for the feminine, because what is this really bringing to the forefront? This is High Priestess energy. This is High Priestess energy, and we love this because what we're really identifying at this moment is, again, for masculine and feminine, this will feel a bit different. For feminine energy, what we like about this is it's not the fact that feminine energy that you're not feeling some of this point of instability. But what we really like about this is it is helping you to focus, to get into a more logical approach. The feminine is experiencing this, but it is clarifying your own intentionality. It is clarifying your own purpose. You are moving out of your heart space into your head space. You are using logic and your intuition to guide you forward through any feelings or states of anxiety or difficulty at this moment. For some of the feminine collective right now, this is you similarly kind of rising to the challenge, if you will, guiding masculine energy that is potentially feeling some of these doubts or anxieties or fears at this moment, helping to overcome any of these adversities. For the other half of the feminine collective right now, what we're really identifying is that this is a moment that you yourself are moving into your higher logic-based approach, moving away from any circumstances or situations that are causing these feelings of crisis or confusion for you, and also moving away from any masculine energy that you feel isn't necessarily assisting this, but maybe potentially contributing to this. While for masculine energy right now, again, we see two different sides of the spectrum occurring right now. For part of the masculine collective right now, this is a moment that you yourself are experiencing some uncertainty, some doubts, some fears. There are some anxieties happening in the world around you right now that are making you feel a lack of confidence as it relates to how to go forward at this point. But you are getting support right now from a feminine energy in this High Priestess zone. Someone that you recognize that even through a point of instability can be kind of turned to for that higher logic, for that intuition, for that logic-based mindset to help guide you through any of the difficulties or hurdles that you're currently experiencing. While for the other half of the masculine collective right now, this is you kind of masculine energy really, again, focusing on that point of feeling some of this unsettled energy, pulling away right now from circumstances and situations. But again, with an orientation towards High Priestess energy, looking to manifest for yourself right now, that feminine energy that you feel is able to maintain or consistently hold a high logic-based mindset, intuition-based mindset, even in the moment of crisis. So we do like this. We do see that there is deep progress occurring for both masculine and feminine energy today. Continuing to get clarification between our 10 of Pentacles in its reversal in combination with our Queen of Swords. This will feel a bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy right now. Bearing in mind, this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For feminine energy, it is not the fact that you aren't experiencing some anxieties or points of crisis in the situations or circumstances that are around you at this time, but we see that you are utilizing this moment to come into a state of empowerment. You are laying down healthy boundaries away from any circumstances or situations that you recognize or feel are causing this sense of chaos around you at this moment. While for masculine energy right now, again, you are potentially either on one side of this or the other. That you are either in the masculine energy who is in a zone right now where you yourself are experiencing any sort of difficulties or adversities that you're working to overcome or achieve through right now, with the assistance of a feminine energy that you recognize it has this degree and ability to stand in their power in a point of crisis, to hold firm, to be able to work right now, to strategize with, to help overcome any difficulties that you're currently experiencing. While for the other half of the masculine collective right now, this could be feeling like there is this point of crisis that is currently evolving around you right now. But this could be feeling like there is something here that's also happening with the feminine energy that may be holding some kind of barrier up against you to a certain point, that's causing some like degree or level of holding to their own boundaries, working right now with the feminine energy that you're trying to work at a point of resolution on right now. But you also recognize that this energy is in a space where they are holding that point of healthy boundaries, and you have to kind of maybe effectively like work with this energy to help them understand that you are not a part of the crisis, you are part of the solution. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with our Chariot energy. And we love to see this because what we're really seeing here is that moment of deeper collaboration coming to the forefront here. That through a lot of this, through this pause, through this communication that's starting, this is that moment of overcoming and achieving through any kind of difficulties or hurdles right now for feminine and masculine energy right now. For feminine energy right now, this is holding very firmly to your own boundaries. This is even pushing against any situations or circumstances that you feel are causing any sort of confusion for you at this point, any sort of crisis. We see the feminine is really standing in their power at this moment. And what we're really identifying in this time right now is that for feminine energy, there is this point of recognizing the power and importance of moving with energy that you feel is aligned to your own goals, to your own purposes, to your own path. As we saw here with this Three of Wands, this is really a moment of you orienting in terms of where it is that you want to move forward at this time. For feminine, this is that clarification of purpose. This is moving into those higher optics. These are keeping your vision very focused on that long-term path and that long-term goal. Working right now through any feelings of difficulty or adversity as you proceed forward on that path in collaboration with the energy you feel is supporting you in that endeavor at this moment. While for masculine energy, what we're really identifying here is this is a moment that you yourself are also going through some point of feeling some anxiety or confusion, some doubts coming to the surface right now. But you are also, again, working right now either in collaboration with a feminine energy that you feel is helping you strategize as you go through forward from this point, or working to manifest right now, trying to come back into energy of a feminine that you recognize has this ability, but may be holding some boundaries against you at this time. And a lot of this communication and work that you may be doing today is either, again, for half of the masculine collective, this is trying to work right now with this energy to show them that you are working with them in terms of collaborating, wanting to set that path forward at this time. For the other half of the masculine energy right now, this is you working in collaboration with this energy to help set this path as you go forward from this point through any challenges or obstacles that you are currently experiencing at this moment. Final card for today's spread between these beautiful, very powerful cards of our High Priestess energy in combination with the Chariot energy. So again, it's going to feel a bit different for masculine and feminine right now. For feminine energy, this is moving from your logic-based mindset, moving with a lot of intentionality and purpose, setting that path as it relates to how you want to go forward today, putting a lot of time and energy in building this path for yourself, working in collaboration with those energies that you feel are also sharing that purpose and goal as you proceed forward from this point. While for masculine energy right now, what we're really identifying is this is a moment that you yourself are working right now in collaboration with the energy around you, trying to overcome, go through any blockages or hurdles that you may be currently experiencing in your own life right now. Again, working towards, moving in towards a manifestation of feminine that you recognize has this ability of maintaining a logic-based mindset, has the ability of holding this intuitive approach. While for the other half, this is working in collaboration with this energy right now as you proceed forward from this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? clarification coming right now with Judgment in its reversal. So this is that moment of reorientation. This is that moment of reconsideration. There is something here that we're seeing that there needs to be a point of redress on. Okay, we're seeing that here with that Five of Swords. There are some circumstances and situations that need to be addressed right now. And it's that moment that we're seeing that's creating that pause, that's allowing for both masculine and feminine energy to come into a point of reconsideration around some circumstances and situations. For feminine energy right now, this is a moment of making some points of reconsideration for yourself at this moment. There are some circumstances or situations that you may have come to a conclusion on that you may be shifting your focus on today. Given the fact that there is something here about getting the clarity that you recognize and needed to allow you to feel like there is a path forward at this point around something that you may not have felt there was a path forward on prior to this. For the masculine energy right now, this is a moment that you yourself are moving through right now. You are either on one of two sides of this energy. For some of the masculine energy right now, you are trying to move right now in collaboration with a feminine energy that you recognize is in this high priestess. But there are some decisions that need to be readdressed right now to help ease and create clarity as you proceed forward from this point, clarifying any of those feelings of crisis that you may be currently experiencing, working in collaboration with this energy to overcome these hurdles, making some new decisions to allow for easier paths going forward. For the other half of the masculine collective right now, we see that this is a moment that you are potentially moving towards a feminine energy that you recognize is in this high priestess energy, wanting to do this work, trying to move towards this energy right now, hoping for a point of reconsideration around this energy, because we do recognize the fact that there's something about this that is showing that there are some boundaries that have been held around this energy in terms of what has happened or occurred prior to this moment. Bottom of the deck on today's reading is, we have here the Hierophant in its reversal. Commitment is at the forefront today. There's some concerns around where commitment lies. There's a lot of concentration on feeling this anxiety as it relates to where you are putting your time and energy right now. Putting a lot of focus on those commitments, asking yourself what commitments, whether there are commitments there, what those commitments look like, what shape they're taking. There is this point of addressing right now some commitments that feel like they're either been damaged and they're in a point of correction, or they require a point of correction, or they potentially need to be moved away from because there's something about them that is not working, right? This is either, again, a point of redress that's happening to work to ease these issues around the commitments in your life right now, or this is moving away from any that you feel are just causing too much difficulty for you at this moment. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and experiencing it with me. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can book one on my website, graystrega.com. My private readings are done over video with the option of recording sent to you afterwards. And if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services when you pay. Just mention your subscriber ID at the point of payment. Also, please keep in mind that when you book a reading on my website, it is a two-step process. You have to book the reading and then you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you would like to have a reading with me. Most importantly, please remember that I will never, ever reach out to you for a personal reading. I will never inbox you. I will never slide into your DMs. I will never tell you I have a very, very special message and that you need to immediately contact me. The only way you can book a reading with me is if you book one on my website. So please make sure that you do it there. I want to thank you guys so much for having this reading with me today, and we will do this again tomorrow. Guys,